Alright, so I have 285 miles to get to this girl's place. I got there like 11:30 at night. It's kind of cool, but it'll be like a little booty call thing. But it most likely won't be. It's just a good friend of mine. But you never know. I don't know. You never know. You know, you gotta play your numbers. You know, life is all about numbers. Life is a numbers game. Hit your numbers enough time, you're gonna get lucky. What does luck stand for? Laboring under correct knowledge. Remember that, guys. In other words, it's like you have these two buildings and you need to get to building A and you climb up a ladder, but the ladder's on building B. What do? You just spend all this time, energy, and effort climbing the wrong thing. In other words, what you're doing is that you're laboring under bad knowledge, and that doesn't spell out a word. That's like German or Irish for all I know. And that's just that's what happens to a lot of people these days. So, you know, I'm here ranting about like school and whatnot. We're working our ass off in the class. Let's be honest, like we do work our butts off. Like, yeah, I cheated most of my way through elementary, middle, high, college, but whatever. That's not the point. That's besides the point. It's because everyone does that because we're bored. Like we don't see it. We don't find value in memorizing something that's already written and established in a book. Why would we? So we receive all this knowledge that's already been written instead of helping us use our imagination, like our creativity, like our thought process, our ideas, our, like the things that we, want to do. Like I think the smartest people in the world are 4-year-olds. 4-year-olds do not know how to not dream. 4-year-olds are saying, I remember this one girl, this was like a year and a half ago now. It was like in February of last year for a friend's birthday. My friend's mom's birthday. And so I asked this little girl this question. It was like, if you could solve any problem in the world or something like that. This was last year in Ultra time. It was at my friend Caesar's place, and it was some women's daughters. And I was like, if you could solve any problem, what would the problem be? So I was like, I would love to give everyone hearts. That's hearts. I want to give everyone hearts. All she wants to do is to share love. She wants to share love with people, because if we all have more love, if everyone felt loved, expressed, people believed in us, what couldn't you do? People have hope, at the very least, that people care, at least more hope. If people around us are happier, trying to help each other out, it makes things more enjoyable, a lot more fun, more enthused, and happier.
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
Was telling me that in DC, none of you fuckers smile. Like, is it because it's cold? Like, is it because the women aren't pretty enough? Like, what's going on? Smile, damn it! Like, what's your issues? Like, is it because Trump is president? Is it because someone's politicians? Or is it because you want to give yourself an excuse that you're not happy and satisfied with your life? Fucking smile like you're the Joker. Like, smile. Like, I don't know, man. Same time, I'm kind of ranting because, man, I have a long drive and I really need to just talk to myself. And maybe I can make like a couple thousand videos out of all these rants and make some money out of it. Oh man, it's just how it is. Why aren't you just, what would happen if everyone smiled a little bit more? That includes me. Like, a lot of times I don't feel like smiling. Talk to me, on this drive in 3 hours. Trust me, no one wants to talk to me. Who would want to? I would be the biggest douchebag on the face of the planet at that point. Oh my God, this truck's about to hit me. I'm about to hit this Hyundai. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm freaking out. Cool beans. Alright, cruise control this. At 80.
Police reported ahead.
I wonder if on the video you guys are gonna hear like my waves is coming off. Most likely. I've been drinking a lot of excess, dude. Like this has been helping me out. I went to Georgia just to buy a box of these. Literally, just to buy a box of these, man. Like these are the best. I went to the warehouse directly because, man, I got from Atlanta. Atlanta was a big detour from North Carolina. 6 hours out the way. When in those same 6 hours, I could have already been in Florida. I could have been right now hanging out in Orlando. Relax, probably took a nap, then be home in Aventura by midnight. At this point, I probably wouldn't get home till like 4 in the morning, truthfully. And I gotta be at work at 10. But that's the price you have to pay, though. Anyways, you gotta take a sacrifice. Like I have a pretty big dream. Honestly, like man, like it's been a painful weekend. Truthfully, very painful because I haven't seen my dad in 2 years, and for some of you, maybe you haven't seen your dad in 2 minutes, 2 seconds. Some of you, maybe it's been 2 years, 20 years, or you could never see him again because he passed away or he walked out. And my family's been going through shit, just like anybody else. We've all gone through our suffering, and my parents are getting old. And my dad's been driving trucks for many years, does a lot of e-commerce, digital marketing and stuff, but he's tired. He's tired, and I'm gonna retire my dad. He's tired. I look at him and I can just feel it. Like he's just tired. When he's alone, tired. When you're driving a truck 20, 25 years, it's exhausting, man. You're by yourself all day on the road. Money isn't even all that good that people think of. The laws continue to change where it affects truckers, truthfully. It affects their income and possibility of earning revenue for even as a business. I do a lot of business loaning, and I see like all these laws changing all the time that's against the business owners, especially for the small business owners, for people within this industry. And I just see my dad's just tired, man. He's 58 years old. My mom's 48. My dad, I'm not even going to see my dad for his birthday. His birthday's on Friday. I think I'm a happy birthday, Father's Day card 3 days before, because I know I'm not going to see him. And it sucks, honestly. Like, man, I didn't. And the crazy thing about it, all I was able to really afford him was like a card. Because then I had to like take his car, drive it down all the way here to Miami, and it's a lot of money there. And it's a Jeep, it's not like a Tesla. And it adds up. That adds up. That's the truth about it. Yeah. But I got to see my parents, I got to see old friends, and there's one thing I want to do, just retire them. They're exhausted. It's kind of why I want to do these videos too. Not because I'm a very quiet person. Like if any of you know me, I'm a social butterfly. I love to communicate with people, love to do things with people, love to go out, experience, create memories and stories. But I'm a pretty like into myself, closed off kind of person, truthfully. I don't want people to know who I am in a way. It's just how I grew up. I kind of grew up alone since I was 13 years old. My parents have been working so many hours of their life that to support my brother and I, the only thing they were able to do was work. So my dad was never in town. My mom had her own business. Both my parents are entrepreneurs, so I didn't have the luxury to spend the valuable time I wish growing up with my parents. But because of that, I've had to become mature or más maduro, Because, fuck, imagine you're 32 years old, you can't even legally get a job yet until you're 14 through, you know, tax or, you know, government ways and stuff. But I couldn't do that. What am I talking about now? But yeah, dude. Yeah, dude, like, I had to just start learning how to make money for myself. You know, how to find 20, 30, 40 bucks all the time on a daily basis. You know, hustle, grind, but myself, for me to be able to help my parents, I gotta help myself. I cannot allow myself to suffer and be, you know, struggling and stressed out for financial issues. It's crazy. I don't know how people can live their life paycheck to paycheck, you know, 9 to 5, living the rat race all the time. And all my friends I saw throughout the week, they all realized that they live in the rat race, and they realized, man, Robert, you've been telling me this for years. Like, and you're right, man. And I don't know if I can do this for 40 years, 45 more years of my life. It's not easy. And I've seen my parents do it. And I know a lot of you have seen your parents do it. And a lot of you know that you got to do something about it. And you probably have done what I've done. Like, you have these great ideas. You get super excited. You think about it. Like, you probably create like your own little Twitch. Like, I have this little Twitch. I go like this to help me think, whatever. And you do nothing about it. And why? For some people, it's because the dream is too big to begin with, and you don't have a short-term goal. You don't have like something a little bit more reachable for tomorrow or the next week. Like those little tiny steps that can help you. It's like if I gave you the final exam for like accounting right now, or like business calculus 3 with physics BC or whatever. You're not gonna know anything, and you're gonna freak out, and you know you're gonna fail. But what do you do to prepare yourself for the final? You do the homework. You do the homework every day. You go to the classes, you take notes, you do the homework, you ask questions. You know, teachers like a mentor. Like that simple philosophy of life, you can take it and flip it around in so many different ways. But people don't look at it as like a one-sided thing, when you can look at it as another sided thing, and it can actually bring a lot more prosperity. Most people look at it from the left side, or in your case, the right side, and they get what most people do. But instead, look at the opposite way. Don't do what most people do. You're gonna have what most people won't have, which is like the prosperity, the wealth, the health, you know, happiness, all the kind of things, just by flipping like the way you think a little bit. Like I go through this all the time myself. I'm a very melancholic person, so I'm very analytical, and I'm a bit of a realist, but I'm a realist who thinks constructively with an idealist approach of life. So I'm a bit of a paradox, truthfully. My eyes are itchy, it's probably because I haven't taken out my contacts. I gotta take them off, but I might bring a contact lens holder thing, or I left them in New York or in Miami or in both. I don't know anymore. DQ, Dicks and Queers. Making these videos, and I've been telling myself, oh, I'm gonna start making these videos and whatnot, and just talk and talk and talk. But I've been procrastinating. Imagine I've been commuting for like 30 freaking hours, and the only reason why I have to, like, my phone keeps falling, I'm putting in this angles because the thing I'm using to hold my phone, I kind of broke the thing to clip it on the thing, to like clip it on this thing over here, like this thing, clip it on there, whatever. I kind of broke it. Not surprised. But I like, oh my gosh, I figured out another way to make it work. Cool, you know, that's all I gotta do, solve problems. But I've been driving, I've been commuting now for about 32 hours, and driving like 20 hours of those now. And I can, imagine if I had 20 hours of video content, wow, I can be doing weeks of video editorials and make phenomenal videos, and I allowed myself to be frozen in some type of fear and just not create content that can possibly change your life. And I realized how selfish it can be to not let out my inner genius, because we all have an inner genius. Just a lot of us don't know what that inner genius may be, and since we don't know what that inner genius may be, we go ahead and think bad things in context. Fuck, dude, I'm gonna need more XS, I'm gonna need more rhodiola, thank God. This is like my maracas. This is like natural Adderall. This is natural Adderall. Yo, this camera's fire, man. Like, I look good as fuck, dude. Damn, I'm sexy, dude. What's up? Hey. Girls, look, my number is 786-768-6344. Figure out the last number. I don't want no crazy bitch to be calling me. Really nice. I know I play a lot of fall for the reason why I've been away from friends and family. Imagine, I've been seeing family forever. And I guess for the people who are watching this and they're younger, you might not understand this because family might not be that important to you yet. Like, family is important to you, but I guess my value of family didn't really come until, my brother moved to Houston, my mom moved to Atlanta, my dad's been moving last like 6 years everywhere. He lived in Medellin, lived in Texas, lived in like Oklahoma, Jersey, DR. So the only family I have in Miami would be like my cousins.
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
And that scares me because I'm gonna have to like fuck some of you up when some of you are trying to trying to pipe. Like, I know how it goes, guys. Like, yo soy tigre, no soy perro, pero soy tigre. Sometimes, but only the people who understands bilingual is gonna understand the full content of all this video and stuff. But this is weird, but I really like peanut butter. I do. I like peanut butter. But now I have to get like the ones without fat because I want to reduce my fat intake and increase my amount of carbs and protein. I guess to bulk up a bit, and then sooner or later get more lean. I gotta get bigger, and I realized like I've been working out the last 2-3 months. So look, I made a bet. But I wouldn't yawn anymore. Nah, but I made a bet to myself that I have to like hit like a certain shape or a certain goal by my birthday. So my birthday is September 29th. This is June. So I have 4 months left. Really, I have less than 4 months left. And now I realize, like, man, I've been working out, but I gotta work out. Like, I haven't hit it hard enough because my chest is growing a bit. But for me, because here's the deal: if I myself and others don't think I've improved, I gotta pay my ex like $1,000. Dude, I don't even got $1,000 right now in my pocket. So to pay her that, fuck, I don't want to pay for her vacation with her and her boyfriend. But I did it because it made me want to think about it as a priority, because I haven't made it a priority. And a lot of people like myself haven't made our success and anything else we want out of life a major priority. It's more of like a want. It's not a need. So when it's a want, you kind of play with the idea. when it's a need, it's like, it's do or die, baby. He goes, I think swallowing right now. Yeah, it's like red and stuff. Where's my pen drops? Dude, my pen died. I wish I could stoned right now, but I can't. My pen's dead. My eyes red. I'm gonna like put on eye drops while driving. Now I say, don't try this at home. Drive in the car, guys. Not at home, but at home you can, but not while driving. Don't do this at home. I only did it because there's literally not much cars in front of me. But a lie, but I didn't want to. I also realized I've lied a lot in my life, and it's really hard to tell the truth, especially to people you care about, because you don't want to hurt them. And those are the ones you gotta tell the truth more, because the people that is willing to stay in your life, it's because they're willing to suffer for your belief, your morals, your principles, whatever it may be. They're willing to suffer for you, to improve you, and if they're willing to deal with your bullshit, they're the people you gotta be the most honest with. It took me a really long time to acknowledge and accept that, because I've been a very closed off person, but you learn with time, and you have to be willing to open up, because man, imagine I wouldn't be able to see the people I saw throughout this road trip if it wasn't for just being open-minded and being a little vulnerable about my situation. So I'm being, look, passing by DC, one is I haven't seen in a while, let's just catch up really quick. You've always been great people. Or telling people, say, like my friend Melissa, like I didn't even have to tell her, say, I just always say, look, Melissa, I'm coming from DC to North Carolina. I'm gonna be there kind of late. I'll see you soon. He's like, okay, cool, but like if you want, you can stay at my place. Like I've done that commute a million thousand times before. Like I have an extra bed here. You can stay here. James knows, like our roommates knows, like we can stay and stuff. And I didn't want to impose because I haven't met her husband yet, but she offered, and it's because like her and I, we're like cool, we're like this. She's like a tranny to me. She's a sexy Asian that with a fat dick for me. Like I just wouldn't do anything with her, just because like that's just like my fucking homie. And but people are always willing to go out of the way to help you out if they know your personal intentions are also good. And I do my best to always do good for others. I go out of my way all the time to just give food to like the homeless people, and maybe spark up a conversation once in a while, because they're people, man. People treat them as invisible, as if they don't matter, as if they're animals. Like what's your problem, dude? One day it's possible you can be in that same situation. I've been in that situation.
Watch out, vehicle stopped on road ahead.
How it feels to not have a car, be hungry, be homeless, not have any money. Like I've been there, and I don't know why a lot of people treat them as if they're nothing. A lot of people that are homeless these days, they're homeless because they cannot afford a house, they cannot afford rent, but they live in their car, for the last 3 years of their life, and they're and they work 3 jobs, and they take care of 2 kids, and they have to pay child support, and they're trying to do something, and the baby mama is like being a bitch and won't let them see his kids, and he's more stressed out, and all this kind of stuff. Like it's crazy, like all this kind of things that's been going on. And dude, like I kid you not, just say hi. Just say hi. Don't give me money if I want to. Just say hi. Be boys. I'm trying to make my friend. You think I want to work? Oh man. I got a charger for her, but I don't even know what I've been talking about at this point. why people don't succeed is because we're scared. I've been on this road now to the lonely road now for many years. Everybody's like, what do you mean many years? You're young. Yeah, man, but I've been running my own businesses and like trying to grow my own businesses and all these other kind of things for like 11 years. I have more business experiences than some other people. They just have capital. So that's it. But it's hard. But I realize that it's all based off how you think and what you're always thinking about. You know, like if you think about getting laid all the time, you're most likely gonna get laid. Like eventually. If you think about poverty, you're always gonna be poor. If you think about rich, you can be rich, but specifically how? That's where people make the mistakes many times. They don't specify in what exactly. Rich in what? Health, wealth, money, family, everything? What exactly? Me accomplishing this road trip, this small one, is a dream for me, honestly. Like I have a vision board and I can honestly mark this off my bucket list because it was already on my bucket list. To go to DC and, you know, Carolina, you know, back to Jersey, like I literally had to start out and, you know, and it's not like I purposely went there to go to those cities. I went there because I had friends there. And I've
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
Along the lonely road, just always make friends and always connect with people and never forget about people, never leave people behind. Like these people I don't talk to every day. I don't talk to once a week or once a month. Like I talk to them once in a blue moon, literally, if not less. But I let them know I'm always around. I let them know that I'm here if they need it. I let them know that I'm their friend. I let them, like, they know I'm, like, I'm not a season. I'm here to stay. You know, some people are here for a day, some people are here for a season, some people are here to stay. And I wanted to show people I'm here to stay as much as possible. Because they're going to introduce me to people that's going to bring a lot of value to my own life eventually. And I was about to do something really reckless. Puta. Yeah. You know, my dad made a good point. It says, being in this country, this is probably one of the few countries you can have like a legitimate road trip at. Just from like New York to Florida, it's 1,400 miles. Like that's like half of Europe already. You know, I guess. Like I came all the way from like the UK all the way down to Spain and probably did a lot more on top of that. This is a big country. I'm going state to state, basically country to country. Every place is extremely different from one another. There's a lot of fun there. You're putting water, feeding the crops right now. Very nice, very nice. I don't know what point I'm trying to make right now. At this point, I'm just talking so I can make some videos and hopefully I can influence you guys and provide value and help you guys out. And I've been saying this for months and creating this kind of videos and I haven't done anything just because of exactly what I said. I've just been scared and I think of all these great ideas and I want to talk about in a video and I just haven't done it. Like, man, imagine we have 20,000 trillion thoughts a day. I have all these crazy, awesome thoughts, ideas, and creativity and everything. I haven't written it down and I haven't written enough down or I haven't put in a video enough or something. And I'm harming you guys. It's like I was listening to an audio by Ron Ball about like your energy level, and we have to create hyper awareness about our energies that are always around us, because our energy can dictate our results for the day, and then the week, the month, and the years to come. And I realized that when, like, for example, I gotta travel like once a month or something, once every 2 months. If not, I get low energy. I have to go. Like, I know I'm gonna go to work tired, but with a booming amount of energy, because I got to do something different. I was in a rotation. I got to do something unique, and that's what makes this special right now.
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
Let me ask you guys, girls, guys these days, and I'm not innocent, I'm guilty in some cases. We've been creeps, and a lot of you don't even want to talk to us now. And then you create this, which then creates this like ego that you have, like you're the fucking shit, and create excuses where you don't want to. A lot of times you don't want to communicate with any guy whatsoever because of, you know, your hatred towards men for whatever reasons, and your pain that men have caused you, and because of all the stupid bullshit men have told you, which is reasonable. But why, like, take your way off from everyone, like, one, and, you know, like, what do you want from a guy? Like, because girls, you don't make it easy for us to just communicate with you. Like, don't get me wrong, I talk to a lot of girls, like, but I'm friends with them. We're friends, but, and a lot of them just trying to catch up, see how you're doing. Immediately you're thinking like, all right, this guy just wants to get laid. Yo, maybe I do. Yes, I do. But like a lot of times, yo, I just want to see how you're doing. I just want to catch up with you. Like get your, like, you know, get the sand out of your vagina or something. Like, it's not always all about you. Like, you know, the world doesn't revolve around you and your fucking lollipop. Like, I get it. Like, a lot of guys are creeps, and they're, you know, social media doesn't help out with our communicative abilities and social skills and learning how to be courteous and have manners. And that it's like something that should be taught in school now, like etiquette 101 and how to open doors and things like that, and having manners. That should be like a class these days, because, you know, adulting #101 should be a thing. But women, a lot of you do this. A lot of you are gonna resent me for what I'm saying, but you do, whether you acknowledge it or not. That's your problem, not my problem. But it becomes my problem when our entire generation is being affected in a very negative way, and now we're being looked like very, in a way, like kind of fascist. It's, you know, like, dude, I'm 6'4", I'm 213. I can break a girl's 5'5" in half. It weighs 100 pounds. I really could, but I'm terrified to even talk to a girl these days. I'm a social butterfly because, one, girls these days are like 14 years old with a fake ID. The clubs let them in, and they look like they're 14. The fake ID doesn't even look like them, and they're telling you you're 22, then they have sex with someone else, and they're creating all these problems for everyone around us. Like, there's so much double standards. Like, us guys, we live in fear. Like, women are beginning to terrorize and take control of the economy, because instead of helping us become better people, you have found reasons to tear us down. You found so many reasons to tear us down. You said, like, a lot of you sound like Trump. Like, they're murderers, they're rapists, they're savages, they're thieves. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, yeah, there are shitty people out there, just like there's shitty guys, shitty girls. But, like, for example, Trump keeps his promises. But this lack of trust amongst the opposing genders is creating a lot of homo, heterophilia, transphilia, every kind of philia you could possibly, philia and phobias you can potentially think about. There's reasons to, like, man, if I was a girl at 3 in the morning in Gainesville and it's foggy as hell, I would be really creeped out if a guy came to talk to me. But dude, I'm a guy. If someone came up to me to talk to me anyways at 3 in the morning, I'd be creeped out anyways. You know, even though I'm a guy. But like, women, you're in this position right now where, like, you're spoiled. And in the sense where, look, this country is all about you. The strongest power in the world is the vagina. Period. Punto. That's number one over anything. Anything. You girls say, like, honey, if you're not home before 10 p.m., you get no good tonight. No, boo-boo. Man, you know we gonna be there. We gonna be there like 8:59. We're gonna be there on time, early, with flowers, with, like, everything. Like, we just worked out, we just did our 100 push-ups to look kind of, like, decent. Like, we're gonna do everything. But, and, you know, like, we're like with leash and collar and stuff, you know. Women can kind of do anything they want these days. There's, you know, honestly, women are smarter than men are. Not all the time, but many, many, many times. And because of this victim attitude, many take out of here, like, he harms all of us a lot. It generally does. Like this world lacks purpose and lacks hope. It doesn't help enough when government doesn't give a fuck about us, and they purposely teaching us and feeding us that like money is the root of all evil, and poverty is good, you know, wealth is bad, and which is all lies. Because if money was the root of all evil, if everyone had money, no one would steal, people wouldn't murder, people kill for food, period. So that's not true. But it's also because now we having another type of discrimination amongst, like, doesn't matter what generation we're from. Before it was like a color thing, then it became like a minority thing, then it became a generation thing, which is what we're seeing now. But now it's becoming like a male versus female thing. So it's like, what else do we want to discriminate and segregate ourselves with? And that's not good, because, like, men are hating on women are hating on men. Like, yo, like, we have to learn to love each other. That's just it, you know, like, whether you like it or not, you have to. There's good people out there, there's bad people out there. We have to learn how to, women, like, look, all right, women, I've been, like, kind of bashing on you. Look, there's the solutions you can help us provide. If one of those guys to be a little bit better, it's really simple. Number one, take control and stop acting like a victim. Stop bitching, dwelling, acting like you're the bad, like we're like a bad person, or you act like the victim, so you look like the bad person, so we have to treat you, make sure you feel all good and happy, dandy. Like, you girls do this all the time. It's very manipulative. Shut the fuck up.
Police reported ahead.
You guys do it too. We do it too. But for the ones who knows what you're talking about, especially with, like, Spanish women, you do it all the time. Stop. Like, please. That's one. No, to like, there's certain problems that us men cannot solve that only women can solve. Like bathrooms, for example. It's not our fault that we don't have a vagina, so we don't know how to create like a bathroom that's
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
Women. So don't bitch at us for that. That's your fault. That's your problem. Like, yo, you got to fix your own bathroom at this point. Like, get your architects, get your interior designers, get all that kind of stuff. Women are beginning to control politics and all these other kind of things. That's what you got to do. And that comes up to the second point, where just take responsibility. And if there's certain problems that only you girls can solve, that means there's only certain problems that you women realize us men need. It's hard to solve a problem it's impossible to solve a problem with the same way the problem was created. So if us men, like, if you're telling us about all our problems, but we don't see it as a problem because it's never been looked at as a problem, we couldn't find the solution, because we have to change the way we think. Now, if you know of the problem, stop bitching at us about the problem and just help us solve it. That's just all we want. If you give us a solution, we'll figure out a way to improve. Now, there's some incidences, where people don't want to improve, people don't want to change, and that's fine. That's cool. That's your life. But we're simple. Like, women do this, we do this. Just give us the answer, and then we'll figure it out. Like, we're not against improving. We're not. We're against the criticisms and the complaints, and you haven't helped us find a solution to become a better person. All a man wants to do is become a better man. Like, there's some men out there, yeah, you're a bunch of cunts. You left your sons behind, your daughters behind. You left your baby mama and your wife behind. You disappear, you're watching this video, and you're feeling like crap, and you don't know how to go back. Yo, go back. Stop being a dick. Like, you need to see your family. Take care of your kids. Stop being a pussy. Like, it's a 50-50. Like, you stuck it in there. You didn't pull out. And it's an equal responsibility. Now, if the baby mama is like, oh, you do nothing for my child, this ain't gonna work well, my child support. But you won't let us see our child. Like, why should we even give you child support? We want to take care of our child, not you. We don't want you. We want our child. And I don't have kids, but I do know that if I have a dog, which I love dogs, I hope you guys love dogs, I'm gonna want my dog. Period. I want my dog. Like, I'm gonna fight for my dog. Period. I'm gonna fight for it. It's my dog. I'm not gonna give him to you. Like, this is it. Like, give us a chance to be a person. Be that father or whatever for those guys who are in those type of positions. But the guys who leave because you don't want to be a father, you're not even a man. You're a boy. You're a 40, 50-year-old boy who ran away from his life, from all his problems, and never decided to face it because you're scared, and you never did anything worthwhile to accomplish anything worth giving back to the world, and you're afraid, and you're hurt. You have someone's guilt in your heart now, and you don't know how to go back. Just do it, please. Like, I don't get to see my dad that often. I didn't have a great relationship growing up with neither one of my parents. And I know, like, 5 years ago, I said a lot of things to my dad through email that I still regret to this day, and I thought about every day, and I apologized to him this past weekend about it, and told him like that, please, like, stop disappearing here and there. I know you're traveling, this and that, but yo, like, kind of need you, kind of want you. You know, I don't want mommy to continue talking shit about you. I don't want you to keep living like this. I know you gotta do what you gotta do, but you don't have to do it alone. And us, man, a lot of times we feel like we have to do it alone, and when our wife or girlfriend or a girl we're talking to and their friends are talking bad about us and all this criticism, and you're not helping us find the solution to be better, and you're just breaking us apart, you feel alone. No one likes to be alone. That's why you hear like stuff like a lot of guys are happier with their romances than they are with their marriages, because us guys got a guy. We're gonna go ahead and tell you that, yeah, dude, you're fucking up. You're fucking up for XYZ reasons. But this is what you can do to make it better.
Police reported ahead.
Why don't you give us the second part? Like, why do we always have to solve it? We're not that smart. Like, come on. If you women criticize us all the time for being stupid, why are you making it so hard for us to figure out a solution? That's all I'm saying. You know? Like, it just sucks being alone, man. I don't want my dad to be alone. I'm tired of being alone. I've been single for 7.5 out of the 8 years. Comes to a point you do want a significant other, but
Watch out, construction on road ahead.
it's hard for me to talk to women without them thinking there's some kind of agenda. Like, a lot of women I know, like, they actually know that, yeah, we're cool, like, we're really cool. But for me to go out in the middle of the road, on the street, and just talk to someone randomly, yeah, like, it makes sense. The first thing you would think is like, yeah, this guy just wants to get laid. Of course, yeah, duh. But sometimes it's just like, let's just be homies, dude. You know, we can conquer everything together. We don't have to have this whole issue going on, you know. We don't have to have a war against male and female, which is what's going on right now. Why is there a war? We're creating more division. We're creating less peace, less harmony, less love, more hatred, more rage, more frustration, more divorces. We're giving ourselves more reasons to not be happy. And for what reason? If none of us want those results, where none of us are happy about those results, why? Just like, why? You know, like, I think maybe one day we'll probably get a big room, get 100 men on one side, 100 women on the other side. Men say the problems women have, women say the problems men have. We switch the papers and we solve on the spot. We just solve it. That's it. Men gotta solve our problems, women gotta solve their problems. From there, we gotta figure out how to solve the problems together, because we have to learn how to communicate with one another. And divorce rates are continuing going up because of two reasons. One, a lot of people are migrating here to the United States, meaning people need papers, so people want citizenship. It makes perfect sense. But another thing is just a lack of communication. People don't want to communicate, or people refuse to communicate. People refuse to learn about cultures and ideas and philosophies that other people may have. We have discriminations of religions right now, from Catholicism to Christianity to Muslim, and for what reason? At the end of the day, whether it's the Quran, the Torah, the Bible, whatever teachings whatever you may whatever values, morals, principles you believe in, they all pretty much talk about the same thing, truthfully. But why don't we look at it as everything, as a form of debate? It's like, okay, I respect everything, why you say what you said, but why? This is what I believe in, and this is why I think you're wrong. But it's interesting that you believe in that, and what made you grow up thinking that? What made you want to have that type of idea? What changed you to have that? Because we have to learn about our differences. We have so many similarities, but we are all looking at what we have different. And when we see the commonalities we have in our differences, we realize we're all more alike than we are different. It's like, there's this one guy, I'm not gonna say his name. He's part of my fraternity. I think I've said maybe 100 words to him in my life. The guy hates my guts. And one day I had a conversation with him because of other people that were in the room. And talking to him, just hearing him talk, we're the same person. Are there things we have different? Yeah, but it's because of one or two differences and a mistake I made at a younger age when he met me. I'm being judged upon, and that's what's going on with different religions, going on with the genders. People are finding ways to harm one another instead of finding out ways to love one another. Why? Have you thought about why people are doing that? Or do you just think it's normal? If you think it's normal, then you're boring. Truthfully, you're boring. But I'm one sexy motherfucker. Damn, look at this, man. Look at this beard and these little whiskers over here and whatnot. And this fresh ass cut I got from my dog. What's up, dude? I got my eyes, they looking green as hell right now. Damn. I be feeling myself. Rest in peace, Mike Drake. Okay. I wonder how crazy Drake's gonna go tonight. Another game. Biggest problem about dreamers is that we dream, because some of those dreams we do so bad. I have huge dreams. I don't believe most people who will watch this video dream bigger than me, honestly. I don't think so. And I don't think so. I know so. I can 100% guarantee it. Unless you're dreaming bigger than Elon Musk with numbers, dates, outlines, plan of actions, you're not dreaming bigger than me. But I know how to solve all these problems, but it's putting me in frozen, which is what we've been talking about. And it's learning how to take some stuff one step at a time. Be willing to take things one step at a time. Working your ass for it, sticking to a path. The path always has curves, ups, downs, elevations. But your path, you're creating a building, so you can always go in whatever elevation you choose. It's not something 2D, it's nor 3D, it's 4D. It's something spiritual. But sometimes going through a path can lead you astray. or is it? And I think most people are strayed right now because you're doing things you're not necessarily enjoying. And that's unfortunate. And it's nice 8:16 p.m. and I have 3.5 hours more to drive, and I'm less than a half a tank of gas. And I can tell it's getting late when like the streets are empty. Look at this, it's empty. Like I could swerve here and be chilling, which I won't. But it's like there's one road, just kind of like swerving a little bit here and there, but it was empty for miles, like 100 miles empty.
Police reported ahead.
Empty. It's crazy, man. This drive has made me think a lot and, made me realize certain things. Oh, that's a police officer. That's a police officer. Desgraciado, como me venga. I don't know. I'm gonna end this right now because I don't know what to talk about.